Okay, so for those who are just joining in, if you have a singular dumbbell or some sort of weight, like a bag filled with anything, some cans of soup, a water bottle, whatever you want, we just need a singular weight. A kettlebell works too if you have one of those. And then we'll need some blocks or stool, something that we're eventually going to elevate our feet on. If you can bring your leg all the way up to your thigh, that's fine. You don't need the stool at all. Okay, let's get started. So we're going to start with a little bit of box breathing. So hands to the side. Just follow along with me. So you're going to inhale for 4 seconds, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, and then hold your breath again for 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale slowly, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. A few more times. 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. One more. 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. And let's just bring the breathing back to normal here. Breathing in as you lift your arms up, and slowly breathing out as you lower your arms down. Breathe in and out. Very good. Inhale. And exhale one more time. Breathe in and out. Good work. Okay, hands on your lap. Make sure that your head is resting on top of your spine. So you may need to pull your chin back a little bit here. I'm going to rotate the head from side to side. Continue to pay attention to your breath here, sending it deep into the abdomen, focusing on opening up your rib cage with each inhale. And good. Finish off that last rotation. We'll look straight ahead again. Again, bring the chin back, maybe lift up nice and tall, and you're going to drop your ear to one shoulder. And just feel that nice stretch on the side of the neck. Now, instead of just flopping over to the other side, we're going to do a little roll over to the other side, bringing your ear to your other shoulder. We'll pause here for a couple seconds. If you'd like, you can just rest your hands by your side, on your lap, or maybe hold on to the underside of your chair, the chair legs. Roll again, nice slow roll to the other side. Right, and you're ending up in a position where your ear is towards your shoulder and you're looking straight ahead. And little roll. Hold it. And looking straight ahead. Roll again to the starting side. We're looking straight ahead. We're going to add a little bit more of a stretch here. So right now you should be feeling this through the side of your neck. We want to start to feel it more, that stretch travel through the front a bit. And to do that, we're going to look and lift our chins towards the direction that your head is tilting towards. So right now, my head is tilted to the left. So I'm going to try to look over at my left wall. Very, very subtle, but you'll start to feel that stretch move over to the anterior, the front side of your neck. Keep your shoulder, the opposing shoulder, down. You should be able to breathe through this, so don't go to the point where you feel choky sensation or you just feel really uncomfortable. You just want to feel that gentle stretch, but still be able to comfortably maintain it. Good. Bring your chin back, looking straight ahead, and then we'll roll to the other side. Ear to shoulder, looking straight ahead. And now my head is tilting towards the right side, so I'm gonna try to look at the right wall towards my windows here. So I'm gonna elevate my chin slightly, and it doesn't take much for me to start to feel the stretch move over to the front of my neck. And you should just be able to breathe comfortably here. Hold it for a few more seconds. Good, and then bring your chin back, looking straight ahead. Roll so that your chin is tucked into your chest, and then look up. Good, okay. Next one we're going to do is we call a levator scapula stretch, a lev scap stretch. And you'll feel this more in the back of your neck, so off to the side, but in the back. So you're gonna basically look over your armpit and imagine you're smelling your own armpit here. So chin is down and rotated off to one side. You can take the same side hand and place it on top of your head and just pull your nose even further, just very gently though.
What are we for legs, I'm assuming?
So you should feel this on the opposite side. Right now I'm smelling my right armpit, so I'm gonna feel this on my left side in the back. You may feel this from the base of your skull, all the way down your neck, into your shoulder blades. Again, you want to be able to just breathe here. If you find you're pulling yourself too far, that it's hard to breathe, then just ease off of it. You don't even have to put your hand here. Good, release your hand from your head. Slowly let your head come back to center. Just move it around a bit. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So again, now you're gonna bring your nose to your other armpit. You can just hold this position if you'd like. If you want, you'll take the same side hand, place it on top of your head, and you're gonna gently pull down until you feel more of a stretch in the back of the neck. You're just gonna hold and breathe. You can even think about the opposing shoulder. You wanna think of it pushing that down towards the floor. And again, release the hands from the head. Bring your head back slowly, just move it around. Good, okay. And now we're gonna look up. So take your hands, you can place your fingertips right underneath your collarbones here and just pull down, or you can stack your hands up, push down into your breastbone, your sternum, and you're pulling down as you lift your chin up. So just go up until you feel a gentle stretch, and then you can come back and reset. You can play around with some angles here, so you're, instead of looking straight up, you're just tilting your head off to the side a bit. You can play around with a little bit of rotation. You can even play around with opening and closing your jaw here too. See how that changes the stretch. You might feel this right up into the jaw. Just take your time. All right, and finish off the last movement, whatever you feel like you need a little bit more of. And then bring your head back to center, sit up nice and tall. And we'll do some rotations. Tie all of those movements together. You can see how dynamic the neck joint is. Good. Good, and change directions. One more. Good. Okay. Let's choose an arm. You're gonna stick it out to the side like this. If this is a little bit too uncomfortable, you can have it a little lower too. And we'll just do some small circles moving from the shoulder joint. Do that a couple times. Just thinking of bringing warmth, some blood flow, some lubrication to that joint. And change directions. Relax. We'll do the same thing on the other side, so just out to the side. But again, if you want to be down here too and just make it a little easier on your shoulder, or if you have an injury to your shoulder, it might be comfortable to lower the arm. You can do that too. Change directions. Little circles here. Good. Okay, back to the other side. You can imagine you're holding a cup of coffee like this, and you're gonna pour it out. So you're rolling the shoulder in, and then you're gonna pour it out backwards. So the trick here is to try not to just move the wrists. You're gonna try to move from the shoulder joint. So you can imagine that you have, instead of having the cup of coffee in your hands, you're resting the cup of coffee on your shoulders, and then you're trying to dump it off. Forward, and then back. Back will be a little bit harder. Roll forward and backwards. A couple more times. In, out, in, and out. And same thing for this one too. You don't have to have your arm all the way out to the side like this, so switch sides. You can have it a little bit lower down too if that feels more comfortable for you. So let's roll in. Remember, moving from the shoulder joint, and roll out. Roll in and out. Try your best not to push past any pain. Roll in, out, in, and out. One more time in each direction. Good, and relax. Okay, relax your arms by your side. You're gonna have about a 90-degree bend in your elbow. And we're gonna imagine we're just sprinting with just the upper part of our bodies here. And we're swinging the arms back and forth. You can add some rotation of your torso now too. And the trick is to try to keep your eyes looking forward. So try your best not to turn your head from side to side. We tend to over-rotate in that way. So look straight ahead, still let the torso rotate. Yeah, very good. Side to side, and just get that nice swing of your arms. You'll get a nice rhythm here. Your arms shouldn't have to work very hard to do this. And relax. And imagine we're climbing a rope or pulling a rope down to lift up a flag, whatever you want to think about, but we're pulling this rope down. The closer your hands are to your body, the easier it's going to be. If your arms are really far away from you and you're pulling, it's going to be really hard. So we get as close as we can to that rope, and then we're going to pull. Keep your elbows close to your body. So you don't want the elbows to flare out like this. We're going to keep them relaxed by your side. And yes, I'm seeing people tilt their shoulders from side to side, so that's really good too. You can almost imagine that you're bringing your elbow down into your pocket, down into your pocket. Very good. That's going to help you recruit your lats and your obliques. Good. Okay, now we're going to pull towards us. You're pulling a rope towards you. rotating the torso as well as you do this. And I like to imagine I'm pulling the rope right to my belly button. So that way I'll keep my arms close to my body. Good, and you're rotating your torso so that you can recruit your core. And just work at a nice pace, comfortable rhythm. Back and forth. And good. Okay, let's get the hands right on the back of the head. You can imagine you're hanging out on a beach. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, pull your arms back, take a deep breath in. And then exhale, relax. We'll do that a few times. Inhale, pull back, proud chest. Exhale, relax. Inhale, pull back. Exhale, relax. 2 more times. Inhale, pull back. Exhale, relax. And last one. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, proud chest. And good. Relax the arms. Let's lift the arms overhead. Breathe in. Exhale. You can let the arms fall by your side if you'd like. You can even bend forward, reaching down towards your toes. Up to you. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Good. Okay. Shake, shake, shake. Choose an arm. We're going to do our circles. Okay, so rotating from the shoulder joint here. Like I said, we can work down here as well. Maybe slightly larger circles this time. Change directions. Good. Okay, relax. Other side. Doesn't matter which direction you start in. Removing the entire shoulder joint here. Change directions. And we're doing slightly larger circles than we did the first round. Good. Okay. Relax. Back to the other side. I'm going to roll the shoulder in and out. Roll in, moving from the shoulder joint. Roll out. Keep breathing. In and out. One more time. In and out. Relax. Other side. Roll in and out. So you're keeping your arms straight, moving from the shoulder joint. Two more times. Roll in and out. Roll in and out. Very nice. Arms by your side. We're going to start to sprint with just the upper half of the body here. So just turn so you can see. You should see my shoulder. The movement comes from the shoulder joint. You want to make sure that you're not just chopping your arms open like this, bending at the elbow. The elbow stays actually pretty static and you're swinging from your shoulder joint. And your both arms are working just in opposite directions. And that's going to really allow you to turn your torso as well. And you get to a nice rhythm with this. Looking straight ahead, your shoulders will be moving from side to side. Very good. Okay, relax. We'll do our rope pull. So keep the rope close to your body, pull towards your belly button, and find a nice rhythm. So your hands are always going to be moving here. You're pulling your elbows and your shoulder down towards your pocket, right? So you're constantly getting the side to side movement so that you can recruit your core. Good. Now we're going to do a forward rope pull. So you're pulling back towards you. Yeah. Rotate the torso. Keep Keep your hands close to your body, so again, not flaring the elbows out. Keep everything nice and compact as we pull. And good. Let's get the hands on the back of the head. We're gonna pull the elbows back and squeeze the shoulder blades together whenever we inhale, and then relax on the exhale, okay? So inhale, exhale. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, pop your chest out. Exhale, relax. You can even think of pulling your collarbones apart here. 3 more times. Inhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale. Really try to connect to those muscles that live between your shoulder blades. All right, one more time. Good, okay, relax. You're gonna get the arms up, the snow angel. Exhale, come down. You can reach down if you'd like, or you can stay upright. Inhale, lift. Exhale, arms by your side. Inhale, lift, and just work at your own pace. One more. Nice and tall. And exhale. Very nice. Okay, shoulders should be nice and warm now. Place your hands on your knees like this. We'll do some cat-cows. So you're rounding your back like this, tucking your chin into your chest, tucking your tail underneath your pelvis. And then we'll move in the other direction. So pop your chest out, lift your tail up to the sky. You're pushing your abdomen forward, lifting your chin up towards the ceiling. This is spinal extension. And we're just gonna go back and forth between these two positions. All right, so I'll let you do that. This movement can also be done, it's typically actually done in a quadruped position, so I'll show you. So it's on your hands and knees. So you can always do this on your bed or on the ground, where you're rounding out your back like this. That's the cat position, think of an angry cat. And then this one, that's your cow. I'm not sure why it's called cow, but we're just doing the same thing, but from a seated position. But if you ever want to explore it from that all fours position, you're more than welcome to. Just do it somewhere that you can get up from. Really moving the spine. And good. Come back to center. We're gonna do our nice overhead reach. We're just moving from side to side here, looking straight ahead. Try your best not to collapse your torso. I'll often see people look down at the ground like this. You want to try your best to look straight ahead and really open up the side of your body without collapsing the torso forward. You can place your hands on your hip. If you have a bench like I do, you can place it on the bench. You can place your arm across your lap, or you can maybe hold on to the the leg of your chair. Just play around and see what feels most comfortable for you. Or you can even just have your arm dangle by your side. One more time on each side. And good. Very nice. Let's take both hands, place it on the outside of one thigh, and we're going to twist. So look over your shoulder, just a nice gentle twist. See if you can pause here and take a couple deep breaths. Good, and relax. Let your body come back. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So again, don't be very aggressive here. You just want to feel a gentle twist through the entire spine. So that includes turning your head as well. So you're looking over your shoulder. A couple nice breaths. Good, relax. One more time on each side. Gentle twist. relax. Just gonna let your body naturally come back. Use the elasticity of your muscles, your tendons, and your ligaments to help you return back to that center position. Last one here. And slowly return. Very nice. Okay, we're gonna play with a little bit of a tricky movement. You're going to cross your hands across your chest like this. So just try to follow me as best as you can. So you're gonna rotate and turn in one direction. You're going to reach a limit at some point where you can't go any further. Once you reach that limit, you're gonna do a little side bend. So right now I'm rotating to my right. So I'm gonna think about dropping my right shoulder down and lifting my left shoulder up. Okay, well, you may feel a stretch kind of through the side or front of your ribs. Come back, so back to that upright position, and then return. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So you're going to twist. Okay, you can't go any more. So from this position, you're going to side bend. So you're dropping one shoulder down and lifting the other one up. Keep both hips on your seat here. Come back and then return to center. So just make sure you're not tilting your entire body. You're keeping your butt glued to the seat and you're bending your torso from side to side after you do the twist, okay? So we'll do that again. So you twist. Now drop your shoulder down while lifting the other one up. Take your time. Come back. Return to center. Same thing on the other side. We rotate first, so you're turning your body. Once you can't go any further, you're going to do a side bend. So you're bringing one shoulder down towards your hip and then one shoulder away from the hip. Come back to the upright position and back to neutral. Good. Let's do that one more time on each side. You can always switch which hand is resting on top just to even things out a bit. So we start with a rotation, twist until you can't, side bend. Come back, return. Other direction, so you're twisting to the other direction, side bend. Good. Come back. And back to center. Very nice. You can kind of move your spine around a little bit. You might be feeling some of those muscles in your low back and into the upper back here. Maybe just down into the armpits. You might be feeling your rotational muscles working in your core. Okay, let's work into the hips now. Let's start with some high knees. High knees. As high as you can comfortably get them. Good. Working those hip flexors. Okay, now we're going to lift, open up the hip, bring it back and down. Back and forth here. And you're just imagining that you're stepping over an object and coming back. Step over, come back. Yeah, let's go into our front kick. So now you're gonna lift your knee up, kick, bring it back, lower down, lift, kick, back and down. You can breathe out every time you kick. Back and down. One more time on each side. Kick, back and down, lift, kick, back and down. Choose a side, point your toes, lock out your knee. We're going to do some straight leg raises. Lift, 1. Try not to lean back. 2, think of compressing this area of your hip. 3, 4, last one, we'll hold for 5 seconds. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And good, relax. You can just wiggle your hip around there, get some blood flow, and switch. So point your toes, Lock out your knee. Try not to lean back. So you're just compressing the area between your lower abdomen and the top of your thigh. Bring that closer together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. We're going to hold for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And good. Shake it out. Open and close. Very nice. Now we're going to go into a wide stance here. We're going to treat this more of like a stretch. Wide stance, and then open up your knees a little bit by stepping out. Now you might be able to reach to the ground. This is where I'm going to use my yoga blocks. If you have a stool or a stack of textbooks, that works too. Put them down here. Alternatively, you can also just place your hands on your thighs to support yourself. So keep your back straight here, knees out. We're going to hinge forward, reaching towards the blocks. And then I'm just going to feel a nice stretch through the inside of the thighs and into the hamstrings. Right? So what I'm doing is I'm just placing my hands on the blocks to support myself. I'm pushing, keeping my arms straight. If you have yoga blocks, you can play around with the different sides to play with different levels. If you find that this is too low or the floor is too low, you can also bring them up like this and come up a little bit higher. But does everyone feel that stretch through the inner thighs? Good. And we're just gonna hold this and breathe here. Okay, so don't come up yet, but I'm just gonna talk about what we're gonna do when we come up. When we come up, we wanna make sure that we're not using our low back muscles to really pull. So you're gonna think more about driving into the ground with your feet. So you're recruiting your leg muscles to push yourself back up. So whenever you're ready to come up now, you can. You're gonna drive the soles of your feet into the ground to come back up. Good, so everyone feels that stretch in there. It's a nice way to just get that stretch a little bit more passively. So we've done this before where you're going in and out. So you're working through the stretch, but you're also strengthening. You can always use this stretch to just as a stretch. Let's do that again. So again, keep your back straight, come down, and just remember to breathe here. And like I said, if you don't have blocks, you might be able to reach down and maybe put your fingertips on the ground. If you're really flexible, maybe you get your hands down too. All depends on how flexible you are, the length of your legs, length of your arms, the height of your chair. So don't worry too much if you're not able to get as far as I'm going. I have a low chair here and long arms. And we're just holding and breathing. Breathe deep into the abdomen. And as long as you're feeling that stretch through the adductors, through the inner thighs, and the back of your legs, the hamstrings, that's what matters. All right, okay, and then push the soles of your feet into the ground hard to come back up. Okay, and then just shake out the legs here. Keep the blocks close by. Okay, fantastic. Now we'll just do some ankle mobility. So shoot your legs out and roll the ankles. Like this. So you're not moving your leg at all, just focusing on the ankles. Good, change directions. Nice and slow and smooth here. Good, okay, other side. Change directions. One more. And and good. Shake it up. Feel free to grab some water. If you have a dumbbell or some sort of weight, you can go ahead and grab that too. We're gonna focus on one side at a time. You can do this from seated or standing for this first exercise. So the first one is a bicep curl. You're gonna have your elbow close to your torso here, and we're just gonna be bending from the elbow joint and then straighten out the arm. So you're bending at the elbow, nice and slow on the way down. I'm gonna come a little closer so we can talk a little bit more about this movement here. So we wanna make sure that the elbow is not coming forward like this. We're keeping it glued to the side of the body. We wanna make sure that the wrist isn't flopping around. So we wanna keep the wrist straight here as we pull. And lower down, one more time. Squeeze at the top, slowly lower. Good, and then we'll switch to the other side. So like I said, if you don't have a dumbbell, you can easily makeshift some weight. You can use a water bottle. You can use a bag of groceries, right? You can find a bag, like a backpack, and just fill it up with different objects from your house. I love laundry detergent bottles. Those work really well too. Good. Nice and slow on the way down. Keep the wrist straight. 2 more. And good. So those are our bicep curls. Fantastic. Okay. Shake that up. Now, we're going to need to stand up for the next one. And you're gonna need somewhere that you can place your hand. So I'm gonna use my bench here. You can use the seat of your chair as long as it doesn't roll around on you. Okay, it's a little bit of a tricky movement, so take it slow. You might wanna do it without any weight at all to start. So it's called a bent over row, a single arm bent over row. You're gonna place your hands, both hands, on the bench or the chair like this, and then choose a leg. You're gonna step back with that leg. So whatever leg you stepped back with, that's the leg, that's the side that you're gonna be pulling the dumbbell. So have your dumbbell close by here. So again, hands on the bench, I step back with my right leg. So I'm gonna grab my dumbbell now with my right arm. And from here, we're going to be pulling like this, and then lowering down. Pulling and lowering down. Couple things to note. You're trying your best not to bicep curl. It's not the same movement we just did. You're going to pull your elbow towards the ceiling. Notice how the dumbbell comes close to my hip as opposed to my shoulder joint, right? You can think about keeping your shoulder down into your back pocket. 2 more. Pull. And good. Relax, we can switch. Take a little break there. Shake it up. Now, if you don't have a bench or you find that too low, you can always do this against a countertop, or you can place your hand against the wall. We just need to be able to bend over a little bit. So the movement is a little tricky, right? You're trying your best not to shrug your shoulder. So we're gonna keep the shoulder down towards the hip. When you pull, you're gonna try not to bend your elbow up to the shoulder. So you don't want the dumbbell to come to your shoulder joint. We're pulling the elbow back, and the forearm stays perpendicular to the ground. So you're actually pulling the dumbbell towards your hip. That's the weird part about the movement. Okay, so when you pull like this, you can add a little rotation if you'd like. You should feel the muscles kind of in the armpit here and into the back. So let's try the same thing, but on the other side. So here we put our hands on the bench or the wall, stagger the stance, grab your weight, and we're going to pull. This is a very tricky movement, so don't worry if you're not getting it right away, and stop if you have any pain at all. Try it without weight if you need to. One more. and big pull. Slow release. Good. Okay, shake it out. When we're doing any type of strength or resistance training, you always want to take some breaks between sets, okay? Let the muscles recover. We'll go back to our dumbbell curl, or you can just work a separate muscle group too. That's called a superset. Keep your elbow close to your body. We're gonna do our curls. Good, breathe out, breathe in. Breathe out, breathe in. A couple more times. Slow on the way down, one more. Very good. Okay, switch sides, relax the arms. Pull and slow release. Breathe out, breathe in. Good, 3 more times. And good, fantastic. We'll do one more set here, shake out the arms. We'll do one more set of our rows. And hands on the bench, step back with one leg here. So you should be stable, you should feel really comfortable. Feel free to play around with the placement of your foot, placement of your hands, so that you can feel more strong and stable here. If you don't feel stable, then we don't want to add weight to this, okay? From here, we put the shoulders down and away from the ear, so think of having a tall, long neck, and we're going to pull the elbow up towards the ceiling as we pull the dumbbell towards the hip. You can think of starting a lawnmower here. Slow release on the way down. One more time. And good. Switch sides. You can always take a break in between. All right, same thing on the other side now. Hands on the bench. Step back with one leg. The leg that you step back with will correspond to the hand that you're pulling with. And we pull. Trying your best not to shrug your shoulders, but instead bringing the shoulder blade closer to the spine, like a row. It is a row. 2 more. And good. Excellent. Yeah, shake that out. Good. You might feel that tomorrow. That's okay. Drink lots of water, stay hydrated, keep moving those arms around to recover. All right, we'll do a couple lower body movements here. So let's start with our hip hinge. So all you're doing is you're pulling your butt back, tipping your body forward, and then we're standing up. So hips back, squeeze the glutes to come back up. Hips back. So notice I'm not bending my knees quite yet. I have a slight bend to my knees, but the movement right now is a hip hinge. It's all occurring in the hips. Good. Okay, so that's our hip hinge. Now we're gonna do just the knee bend. Right, so my torso stays upright and I'm just pushing my knees down and forward. These are knee bends. You might feel a little bit of pressure in your knee joint. These 2 movements combined will make our squat. So we have to put those 2 together to be able to squat effectively. Okay, now let's do a squat. So to do the squat, we're going to pull the hips back just a little bit. So that was the first movement, that's the hip hinge. Now we're going to bend the knees. You're lowering your hips down as we go and push into the ground to stand back up. Good, so we have those 2 movements. Hip hinge, knee bend, and come on up. Hip hinge just a little bit, and knee bend. Come on up. Okay, 3 more times. You can have your arms out in front to act as a counterbalance if you'd like. 2 more, hips back, bend the knees, try to sit into a small chair. Okay, 1 more time, imagine you're sitting into a small chair. Good, shake that out a bit. Okay, take a little break. Next, we're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna go into a wider stance, sumo squat. So toes pointing out on a 45-degree angle, wider than normal stance. And it's the same mechanics here. Your hips are gonna move backwards. You're gonna bend your knees to come down. Push your knees apart too. And then press the soles of your feet into the ground to come back up. Hips back, lower down, and up. Hips back, bend the knees, and press. 3 more times, we got this. We'll hold on the last one too. Good, nice. Full body strength training here for you. Good, okay, last one, let's hold it for 5 seconds. So go down, hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, come on back up. Shake it out. Feel free to sit back down on your seat. We'll do a little bit of deep breathing here. Good. You can recline if you have a backrest. You can keep your hands on your lap or you can move your arms. It's up to you. So just take a couple deep breaths in and out. And you're trying to slow your breath rate down gradually. Right, slowing your heart rate down. Just stay nice and relaxed. Relax the muscles in your shoulders. You can kind of shake out your neck here. Right, you can continue to cool down after this session. But thank you so much for joining, everyone. Great work. I know we were a little bit technical today, so if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, because I want you to stay safe when you're doing, especially when you're doing strength training.